My name's Emily Tobias, and the nonprofit organization I chose is Backyard Harvest Inc. in Moscow, Idaho. Backyard Harvest Inc. in Moscow, Idaho strives to provide better access to fresh, locally grown foods to low income families, senior citizens, and individuals in the community. Their mission is as follows. Backyard Harvest has implemented goals to achieve to help their organization flourish. Backyard Harvest highlights the importance of private owned sources of fresh food and the impact that these food systems can have on a community. Backyard Harvest believes in self reliance, and by communities feeding themselves, it can eliminate transportation and packaging that rely on non renewable resources. Backyard Harvest says that gathering, gleaning, and growing are activities that engage people of disparate ages, ethnicities, and socioeconomic backgrounds. When people are engaged in these activities and sharing their food, their sense of common purpose and fellowship is strengthened. Backyard Harvest success is based on the extent to which the organization influences and shapes local food systems across the country. Backyard Harvest started by Amy Gray, a book designer and a mom in Moscow. What she now refers to as a gardening accident, Amy Gray once grew 200 extra heads of lettuce in her first vegetable garden in 2006. Instead of dumping the extra heads in her compost pile, Amy took the first of hundreds of trips to her local food bank. This soon started Amy's passion for bringing fresh fruits and vegetables to the community's most vulnerable populations. Amy began working alone and then was joined with the help of volunteers. She connected local food systems to area food pantries and meal programs. Amy Gray says that with the suggestions from her neighbors and the vibrancy of the local food scene on the Palouse, Backyard Harvest was able to flourish. Amy said, "While my garden mistakes got the organization off the ground, it was really nice. It was really suggestions from my neighbors and the vibrancy of the local food scene here on the Palouse that allowed Backyard Harvest to flourish." Backyard Harvest relies on a board of directors and volunteers who share their gardens and extra fruits to help make sure people in the community have access to fresh foods. Jessica Behrman, the board chair of Backyard Harvest, has worked with many foundations and mission based organizations. She works to make organizations more effective through management methods. She's also the author of several studies about new and established philanthropy, including a book called Drowning in Paperwork Distracted from Purpose. Bev Baffis, the treasurer of Backyard Harvest, is also the owner of Cafe Artista in Moscow, Idaho. She also runs a home based business, bookkeeping, and doing payroll consultation services, and is the coordinator of the Trinity Moscow Food Pantry. Marissa Rudley, who's the secretary of Backyard Harvest, is also the campus dietitian at the University of Idaho, who instructs cooking classes for students on campus and provides nutrition counseling and education on the Moscow campus. Board members consist of Ryan Kelly, who has served on the board of Police Cares, Nathan Weller, who is the chair of the Moscow Pullman Crop Hunger Walk and chair of the Poverty Awareness Task Force, Robin Olgren, founding member of the Palouse Clearwater Food Coalition, and Colleen McKinney, who's a part of the Good Food Purchasing Program, Iris Mays, who is the University of Idaho Extension educator in small farms and horticulture with Latah County, Alice Ma, registered dietitian for dining services at Washington State University, and Jeanette Guerra Betzold, who is the Lewiston Clarkson assistant coordinator. Other staff members that are part of Backyard Harvest include Chris Cummings, the director of operations, Ryan Avery, who is the program coordinator, Amy Snively Martinez, who is the outreach and partnership coordinator, Laura Kaltmeyer, office manager, Kylie Keats, Lewiston Clarkson coordinator, and Laura Ann Trimkasky, AmeriCorps member. From the IRS Form 990 in 2015 on GuideStar.com, the total revenue for Backyard Harvest was $73,382, and the total expenses from the form in 2015 were $103,247. Backyard Harvest offers 4 different programs that get community members involved and have volunteer opportunities that promote providing fresh foods to members in need of the community. The first program is Harvest Share, which allows people in the community to donate extra fruits, veggies, or eggs to share. There are 2 central drop-off locations and times that can be located on the Backyard Harvest website. Backyard Harvest also allows people to leave produce unwashed and place into grocery bags outside of their door for pickup. For your items to be picked up, you must call the number listed on their website or send an email and then provide more simple address information. The second program is Grow for the Greater Good, which produced more than 10,000 pounds of food in the first 3 years. Backyard Harvest works with churches and other groups to grow a ton of food. In this program, participants learned about gardening and were able to set up gardens of different shapes and sizes. The next program is Community Orchard, which allows people to register their tree, berry patch, or grape arbor by calling a number or sending an email to the contact information listed on the website. A few weeks before the tree ripens, Backyard Harvest will call and set up a time to come out and harvest. Volunteers will arrive at the scheduled time with their own equipment to pick up the harvested fruit. Backyard Harvest partnered with the City of Moscow and the Moscow Food Co-op for the final program, Shop the Market, to allow for the acceptance of federal food assistance funds at the Saturday Moscow Farmers Market and the Tuesday Growers Market. People can arrive at the Backyard Harvest booth at either of the following markets listed on their website. Backyard Harvest will swipe your Quest card and give you market money in the amount specified. Everyone in the community can now purchase fresh and locally grown food. Backyard Harvest relies heavily on volunteers that work with the organization and help donate fresh foods. 334 community volunteers donated 1,600 hours of their time to Backyard Harvest activities in 2015, nearly twice as many hours as were volunteered in 2014. Other funding for Backyard Harvest comes from many grants and contracts received by corporations and other groups such as American West Bank, WSU Campus on the Run event, and Gritman Medical Center. Foundations such as Inland Northwest Community Foundation and Palouse Cares also allow funding for the organization. Support from individuals and businesses on the Palouse are a significant priority for the organization and also provide a lot of their fundraising. Backyard Harvest uses different strategies and methods to develop relationships with people in the community and with organizations from other regions to help with raising money for the organization. Some of these methods include establishing partnerships with programs such as Food for All, which will provide benefits for SNAP participants. This will save time in grant writing because they will no longer have to raise these funds. Backyard Harvest also partnered with Palouse Clearwater Environmental Institute to secure their first AmeriCorps National Civilian Community Corps team. Backyard Harvest increased their involvement with the community and created programs that will reach out to members of the community and educate on the principles of the mission of this organization. Backyard Harvest strategizes fundraising through educating the public and reaching out by building relationships with other organizations and individuals to work together and build programs that will raise money for funding. To convince donors to give, Backyard Harvest does a nice job of educating the public and allowing them their effort and showing them their efforts at work. They have a clear mission and prove to the community how much they are doing to help members receive fresh foods. Their statistics and program outcomes help show their efforts at work and the effects they are having on community members.